I am a Sony a7 IV shooter and a Sony FX30 shooter. And that is how I frame this camera. It's an a7 IV photo camera with an FX30 built into it. But it's better than an FX30 because it's not just a great Super 35 cinema camera, it's also a great full frame cinema camera. And I also think this is one of the first truly modern hybrid cameras. Arguably, this isn't even a video-centric body, but it is the best of both worlds. You can rig this and you can mount it and you can do whatever you want as a video camera, but it's also a fantastic photo camera. This might sound silly, but even the fact that it's gray, the fact that it's different, the fact that it just doesn't feel like I'm still shooting on a T3i, details like this matter. I really love the viewfinder in this. I grew up using camcorders and handy cams when I was a kid, and so having this now, even when I shoot video, I've always preferred shooting video with an EVF. An engineer at Sony told me that the FX2 is the closest color matched and tuned to the Venice 2. The Venice 2 is like an $80,000 cinema camera, and I'm telling you, in a blind test, I know you probably wouldn't even be able to pick out this one from the Venice 2. So you can get this for under $3 grand and you're getting the same quality that Hollywood is using. I know right now at this point in the video, you're thinking to yourself, hey, you know, he's actually making some good points. This camera does seem kind of interesting. Maybe I overlooked it. But then you remember 4K 60 crop, pretty bad rolling shutter. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna justify that stuff? I'm gonna tell you how. I'm not gonna justify it, but I'm gonna talk about it right after today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. I really love cooking from home, but it became very apparent to me very quickly that you are not going to become a better cook just by scrolling social media or watching recipe videos. This is why Skillshare is so incredible. This spatula is not the move. One of my favorite cooking channels on YouTube is by this guy, Alex, and his Skillshare class on becoming a chef at home is incredible. He teaches you knife skills, how to prep your space, picking the right ingredients, and even how to make delicious meals out of leftovers. The cool thing about Skillshare though is it's not just cooking. You can find classes on photography, filmmaking, design, pretty much anything you want to learn. The first 500 people to click the link in the description or scan this QR code are gonna get 1 month free of Skillshare. I recommend checking out Alex's class or finding something else that you want to learn, but I promise you, you will find it useful. I'm gonna go eat these leftovers. Okay, let's talk about 4K 60 crop and the rolling shutter. As a line in the sand, I really don't think new cameras should be coming out in 2025 with a crop 60. That said, for my personal use, and because of all the positives this camera has, I'm willing to overlook that as a compromise and a trade-off because I don't shoot a lot of slow motion and I prefer Super 35 video anyways. Should it shoot full frame 4K 60? Absolutely. Is it a deal breaker? Definitely not. I've used the a7 IV for years now. I've shot short films with it, I've shot a TV show with it, I've shot food, I've shot people, I've shot cars, I've shot everything with this camera. And the way I've always dealt with rolling shutter is knowing its limitations. I know that I can't do quick pans. I know that I can't do super shaky handheld. Once again, it is a compromise that I have dealt with because I like all the other pros of this camera. It is a con, but the pros outweigh it. And even that always goes back to what I think this camera really is, which is a full frame photo camera and a Super 35 cinema camera that just happens to also shoot full frame video if you need it. If you're doing corporate interviews, if you're doing stuff on a shoulder rig, if you're doing stuff on a gimbal, you will not have issues with that rolling shutter. If you're doing sports, if you're doing car stuff, if you're doing crazy shaky handheld, throw it into Super 35 mode. The ergonomics of this camera, the EVF, the button layout, the fact that you can add mounting points, the audio handle, the image quality overall, everything about this camera outweighs those two little things that everyone lost their minds over. The Lumix S1 II is almost the opposite example of this, where like everything on paper, in my opinion, was perfect, but then in practice, it didn't really come together for me. After using it for a longer period of time, much more of its quirks came around that started to bother me. I didn't like the battery life, the autofocus wasn't reliable. So even though a camera like that does have so many more features like open gate and all that stuff, which is all fantastic and it's great. And if you need that stuff, that is such an amazing camera. That camera just overall didn't fit my specific needs, and that's totally okay. I like this camera right now, but who's to say in a year that Lumix won't come up with something even better than this and I'll love that and maybe I'll switch to that. That's totally fine. My job is not to convince you to buy this camera. I don't care. The only reason I even like to make videos like this is for perspective. So look, don't get sucked into all of the drama. Don't get sucked into all of the hate. It's like with movies too. We kind of pile on stuff now and we don't think for ourselves. We just let loud voices have the leading thought and then everyone just chases it. The negativity is just like something I don't understand anymore. We are so lucky. We are so blessed. Everything is so fantastic now. I cannot believe if you told me this, like when I was like 15, 16, if you told me a camera like this would exist that I would have in my hands right now, I would slap you. I'd be like, you freaky time traveler. There's no way I'll have a Venice 2 that could also be my webcam. Anyways, I used to do this on the main channel and I kind of want to bring it back for this channel where, you know, I have a lot of random weird things. Like I just have a lot of stuff and I'm going to start showing you my cool stuff at the end of videos. All right, here's a cool thing. See this? This is a VHS screener for Matrix Revolutions for the Academy Awards. So basically, if you were an Academy member in 2003, you would have got sent this tape and you would be able to vote if Matrix Revolutions should be a Best Picture or maybe Best Actor, Best Supporting, all the different categories that they thought Matrix Revolutions should win an Oscar for. I don't agree with some of them, but it is still cool. They used to hand these VHS tapes out, then they switched to DVD, and now obviously it's all screener links that you just watch online. These are expensive. You do not want to know what I paid for this tape, but I love that it's yellow, and I just think it's a cool piece of movie history. And yeah, that's just one of my cool things. If you want to see more cool things, I might do this at the end of another video. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching this video. And you will see or hear me next time I feel like making a video. Cheers.